From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max, of course, at my part, brought to you by our good friends, the Heritage Capital Group and Cheers 904. We're talking top of class in business today. We got a great panel to talk about what that's like and how do you stay on top. Let's welcome them in. Ryan Adams is here from Rhino Shield of Jacksonville. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year.
How long you been with Rhino Shield?
So I just bought the company from the old owner. Yeah, so I started.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a ballsy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
so I started that in June, and Rick had owned the company for 23 plus years. It's a great company, great brand.
Okay.
Got 30 national dealers as well around the country. So just happy to join that group. And
Did you work for them before? Like, how did you get into that?
No, not at all. So I was an Army Special Operations guy.
All right.
Came to Jacksonville for
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Came to Jacksonville for my first job out of the military, and did another job after that. And just decided business ownership was for me. My grandfather did it for a long time, and I just kind of wanted to try it. So.
Yeah, good for you, man. Hey, I got a tip for you though. Let the employees do all the heavy lifting, man.
Okay, yeah.
Great to have you. Rhino Shield's a great company. They have been for a long time.
It's great to be here.
You got to stay on top now, right? You got big shoes to fill.
That's right. Yeah, we do. I mean, we did hundreds of installs last year, and we're hoping to do hundreds more this year. Thousands over the last couple decades. So
awesome.
I'm really excited to continue.
Great to have you, my friend. Nolan, Carroll is back. Hey, Nolan, how are you?
Man, I'm great.
How are you doing, Jennifer? Good to see you.
My BFF.
That's right. YOLO Rum. You guys there were 34 awards, right?
34 international
awards.
Absolutely.
You're on top of. How do you stay on top? How do you make sure?
I'll let her answer.
You stay on top, Jennifer.
You stay on top by staying awake at night because you always have to look at new and innovative ways. How do you reach the customer? How do you give the customer what they want? How do you give them a timely product that's consistent?
Okay.
And that's what's marketable across the board to stay on top of your game. And with YOLO Rum, it's gluten-free, sugar-free, no additives. It's rum made in its purest form, right from the heart of the rum. There's no other rum product on the market that can claim those three things that I just mentioned.
That is fantastic.
I think also too, it's the experience and how it makes people feel when they hear the name or when they see the people behind the brand. How does that make them feel to be able to continue to buy and continue to want to support the company and the brand?
Absolutely.
And YOLO, you only live once.
You only live once, that's for sure. Coach Campo is back. Hey, Coach.
Hi, Tom.
How are you?
I'm great.
Hey, for a while, Dallas was top of class. I mean, America, I don't know if I call them America's team anymore, but they were for a very long time.
It's
Bullseye on you.
It's been since 1995, and by the way, I'm a Jaguar fan. I just want to make it clear.
Yeah, no problem.
Going back in 1995 was the last time they went to a Super Bowl, and yet when you go to a stadium today, it's a full house.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's what we talk about branding. The branding started back with Tom Landry and the guys that originally started.
Absolutely.
You could say they're not America's team now, but in reality, they really are, because if you go to Japan, you go to England, you go wherever, you put the star out there, they know it's the Dallas Cowboys. And that's how important it is in its sales and its marketing, just like we've heard from a number, from the YOLO people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, Jennifer made it, the consistency is key, right? You got to be consistent every single time.
Yeah.
Right? What do you guys deliver? You deliver, the highest product, get it done, right? You got to deliver that every single time. You guys, with your YOLO Rum, you got to make sure that it tastes phenomenal every single time. When you're coaching, I think messaging from the head coach is really important. Because it goes all the way down through the entire team, and they'll follow that message, especially if it's the right message.
And that's
it better be consistent.
To be honest with you, that's why a head coach gets paid. That's the main reason, because the guys that do the work are the guys that are the assistant coaches, and how they operate is extremely important, and that messaging goes through them. To the players, and if you got the right messaging, and you have to have some good players.
Of course, yeah.
But it's really important.
Yeah. Well, people always ask me about Coughlin. Was he that hard? I said, no. But you knew what to expect.
Exactly.
And it was consistent. So I knew if you messed up, he's going to yell at you. Yeah. My dad did the same thing. I didn't really care. I could handle that. Some guys didn't like that, but I could. But it was always consistent. It was never waffling here, letting this guy get away with a bad play, but hammering another guy next to consistent.
And that's the strength of Doug Peterson, in my opinion. So But when you're doing that, you can't have every guy the same as he is. You have to have some different people and how they operate and what their strengths are. And if you don't have that, that's why a lot of the coaches bring their guys with them because they know that this guy's got a little different personality and how he messages his players are the right message for that particular unit. So it's all the same.
And that's where the staff comes in too, like your position coach.
Absolutely.
Coach rings you out, position coach comes in, I'm like, all right, don't let him get to you. Got a game to play. You know, you do have to have those kind of buffers. I would imagine running your business as well, Ryan, right? I mean, you got to have the people with your message and carrying it out and making sure the employees and the customers, are benefiting from it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just put out our vision for 2024, and it's to be the most customer-centric paint company here in Jacksonville. And we have a production meeting every week. We talk about how the customer needs to expect the same thing every time from our crews when we go out, the same duration, the same prep work, the same quality, and the same cleanup afterwards. And then same with our service and warranty work. We expect if somebody calls in, we're out there that week and we're cleaned up and done by the following week. We offer a 25-year warranty and we back that up, and we got to do that in a timely fashion. Do it consistently every time.
When you go to a restaurant, the food's off a little bit, the service isn't good, you might not go back. You might give it another try.
Right.
Like, I'm not always one and done, but if I go to a restaurant for a while and then the next few meals are going down south, then I'm like, I don't know if I'm going back. The consistency is the key.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for all being here, man. Great show, and best of luck, and congrats, man. That's awesome, taking over a company like that. All right, make sure you go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website. You'll see all their great profiles. You'll see this conversation and many, many others. Until next time, stay safe out there and be cool. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Cheers.